Hey, Coaching You for You family. Thank you for joining us this evening. I am here with the lovely Tonya Grant. Isn't she looking good? Absolutely wonderful. And I'm so happy to have her here tonight. I've been trying to get her on for a while, but she's a celebrity and it's not easy to get her on live. So I just want to thank her for joining us this evening. And I want to shout you guys out and thank you for coming on with us because I know that time is valuable and we're not going to keep you long. And I want to tell you that I am your host, Annette Latique from Coaching You for You. Thank you for joining us. You know, my disclaimer is I don't know everything. I am sharing my experience, strength, and hope. And hey, baby, what doesn't apply, simply let it fly. Hey, Tanya,
Hey,
how
Miss
are you this
Latif.
evening?
How are you? Thanks for having me.
Let's do a net tonight. Just a net. It's a pleasure to have you. So, what was your day like?
My day consisted of going to a longtime friend homegoing service this afternoon.
Oh, my
Um,
condolences. My condolences. That's happening a lot. It's happening a lot. All I can say to people who have lost somebody, hang in there. Time and God has you, and it's going to be difficult. So, my condolences to you and the family and friends of your friend.
Thank you.
But let's talk a little bit. That hair is a little jazzy. Turn to the side a little bit. Turn to the side.
I
Look at
got
look at you.
little braids going on here.
I
I'll,
like it.
I'll be
I like it.
54 next month.
Ah, you're looking good for 54. You're
Trying to
looking
stay.
real good for 54.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You don't have to try. It's natural. It's in the genes. Look at you. Tanya, tell me a little bit about you. What did you do for a living?
Well, my name is Tonya Grant, in case some of you are just coming on. And once again, Miss Latique, thank you for having me. I am born and raised in the lovely city of Trenton, New Jersey.
Yeah.
I'm from the Wilbur section area, which is located near the new fabulous Trenton Central High School. And I attended Cook Elementary School. From there, I went on to PJ Hill, from PJ
Okay.
Hill on to junior high school number two. And then, of course, Trenton Central High School.
Trenton High. You see what I got on tonight, girl? You
Red and
see this
black.
red and
I
black?
got on red and black too, but you can't see my pants. But I got on
That's all
black and
right.
then red.
We got
So
on red and black. We're
class of
representing today.
class of '85.
Yeah, yeah. I was class in 1976. I was also Miss Bicentennial
Oh, okay.
at Trenton High. Trenton High was at first very overwhelming for me, but I fell in love with it and some other things at that time that was fun. But you are a Wilbur section woman.
Absolutely.
Let's shout out Wilbur section. That's where my
400 block,
grandmother was.
400 block of Walnut Avenue raised me and made
Yes.
me to be the woman that I am today. So I'm grateful and thankful to be sitting here speaking with you.
Yeah, back in the day, Tanya, it was just a different world. We looked out for each other. My grandmother lived over there. I lived on the border of West and North on Calhoun Street, and my grandmother lived on Parker Avenue off of what is that? Olden Avenue,
Oh, absolutely. Near Ward
right there
Avenue.
at yeah,
Correct.
Olden Ward, all of that. I
Right.
grew up over there, with folks because I spent a lot of time with my grandmother. But Wilbur section is just where it's at, and I want to just shout Wilbur section out because so many of the people I know and love came from Wilbur section.
Absolutely.
My family, the foundation of my family. But you're also a coach.
Correct.
Tell me about that.
I myself fell in love with basketball at the age of 8, of course, and then I started playing recreational. And also, I played at Trenton Central High School. Upon playing at Trenton Central High School, I was awarded a full scholarship to attend St. Peter's College, which is now St. Peter's University in Jersey City, New Jersey.
Okay.
I not going to take too much time to really dwell on it. However, I am the all-time leading scorer at St. Peter's College in
Oh no,
women's
baby,
history.
dwell on it, dwell on it, dwell on it. Bring it home.
Because that
Talk
that is
to
the
us.
past. So yeah, so I'm the all-time leading scorer at St. Peter's history with 2,020 points
Oh,
upon leaving there. Although I am the all-time leading scorer in the St. Peter's history, um, the most important thing that I'm proud about is that I left there with a college degree,
yeah.
and that I went there as a young student out of Trenton Central High School, didn't know a thing about college, didn't think I was going to survive in college. And God said, I got you, sister. You're going to go here and you're going to do this. So not only did I
Girl.
go there on a full athletic scholarship, my parents didn't have to pay one dime for me to attend St. Peter's. I also
Okay.
left the all-time leading scorer, also player of the year in the state of New Jersey, meaning players from Rutgers and Rider, Seton Hall, etc. Um, so I'm just happy at the fact that I was able to go off to college, receive this opportunity to be able to go to school, as I stated before, on an athletic scholarship, and to graduate with a bachelor's of arts degree in sociology and a minor in urban studies. And upon leaving college, I had the fabulous opportunity to be able to go overseas and play professional basketball for 10 years,
Mm,
being able to see countries such as Switzerland, Spain, the Middle East. I was in Israel, a place I plan on going
wow.
back the minute my daughter graduates high school in 2023. While she's going to a college campus, I'm going back overseas to Israel to visit some friends.
I like that idea. I
So
really like that idea.
to answer your question about the coach, I am a high school coach over at the Soulbury School in New Hope,
You know what, girl? You're fire. You are fire. And one of the reasons I do more to showcase Trenton is because, what folks read in the paper is not what Trenton is. It's not all of it. There's so much more to Trenton. Trenton raised me. Trenton grew me. You know, um, I want to talk a little bit. I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you, and I'm proud of the work that you've done, and I'm proud of the work that you do.
But that's also, thank you, but that's also the foundation that you set forth for me. You paved the way for me to be where I am today too. And see, that's what I dislike about some of us not giving or paying, uh, uh, being grateful and thankful for someone such as yourself who paved the way for me to be able to do the things that I'm doing. There were plenty of times that
Girl,
I was doing different recreational things in Trenton at the West Ward, which happens to be the ward that you lived in and the ward that you served. And I would see you pop up and you would be supportive of me. It's one thing, like, I'm not trying to go off topic, but I am, because I work at the housing authority. In case you don't know or don't remember, and there was a tragic shooting there this afternoon, about noon. I think I was out of the building at the homegoing service I was telling you about. And by the time I was going back to work, I couldn't even get down the street. And as you stated, you're seeing that negative stuff going on, but it's a lot of things that's
a
going on,
lot of positive stuff.
positive things that's going on in the city of Trenton. And all we're seeing is death, 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 death. However, something needs to be done about that.
So Dig, we're gonna just, stray away a little bit from
We're
our
going to
topic of
pivot from that.
self-care.
Okay.
Our topic tonight is self-care, but I just want to say this: 36 months for nonviolent offenders with mental health counseling, family counseling, housing, and job training will change the game. And as we look at our elected officials, we also have to request that they represent the best interests of us.
Accountability. Absolutely.
Just the best interests of us in that. And some of them were doing a good job. But imagine a 36-month program for everybody who got popped, right? Nonviolent offenders. And they were able to be on probation for 36 months, mandatory 36 months of mental health, family care and planning, housing opportunities, and job training. If Trenton's not working, Trenton's never going to work. We have to put our people to work. We have to train them. We have to provide for them. And if they repeat, they get a 10-year ankle bracelet and all the sentence they was going to get from the door. Listen, I'm about my people here in the city of Trenton. I don't care what color they are.
Correct.
I don't care what breed they are. I'm about them. I want to see us succeed. And in succeeding, our legislators have to take a different approach.
Absolutely.
Okay. So back on topic of self-care. Self-care is important because what self-care does, a lot of people misunderstand self-care to mean, that is selfish, that you're only thinking of yourself. Well, look, dig this. You should always think of yourself first because you can't give anybody else what you don't have inside.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so tonight we're talking to men and we're talking to women about how important self care is. And self care applies to the job, it's spiritual, it's physical, it's mental, it's emotional, and it's everything that encompasses us. So I'm going to start by saying if I could tell women and men anything, I would tell them that if you take care of yourself first, everything else is going to fall in place.
Right.
You know, don't let people convince you that you're not worthy. Sometimes when we're doing ourselves and we're, taking care of ourselves, people get angry about it. When we say no, the end of you using me is over. The end of me being a doormat is over. The end of me getting everybody's lunch every day and nobody provides lunch for me on the job is over. I
Correct.
want reciprocity. Reciprocity in your relationships, all of them, is self care. So we're talking to the men and the women, but I want to target women right now. Tonya, what would you tell them about self care?
First of all, me personally, with me pretty much just going through a divorce. Some people may or may not know, but I was just recently divorced, and I had to look within myself to say, what do I want? I have to take care of myself first and foremost. Not what the world think Tanya should do, but what should I do? I had
Yeah,
to buckle down and say to myself, I need to take care of me first and foremost. I need to make sure that I'm okay mentally, physically. So I have to love myself before I even try to go out here and tell somebody else that I love them.
and what a lot of people fail to realize, I've been coaching for years. And what people fail to realize is that if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody
Nobody
else.
else. That's right.
And one of the reasons the message is so mixed right now, you just said it. You have to look within.
Yes.
What's inside you. All of us have an inner child.
Correct.
And most of us from time to time ignore that inner child. But that inner child speaks up even when you think they're hiding.
Right.
It's in the way you walk. It's in the way you talk. It's in the way you behave. That inner child comes through. A lot of people think they're being nickel slick today. Remember that term?
Right.
Back in the day, they
Right.
think they're being nickel slick
Right.
by doing some of the stuff they're doing. You're not being slick when you're letting people use you. You're not being slick when you are ride or die and there's no reciprocity in it.
Right. See,
That
so many
means that
people, so many people stay in situations because they're worried about what somebody else have to say about it. I cannot be no good for anybody else if my mindset
that's right.
isn't good for myself. I'm not
That's
going to
right.
hurt you. I believe in treating people the way you want to be treated,
That's
and
right.
that's the way that I was raised.
That's right.
So, and what I'm not going to do is use my past experience against the next person who may come and show me love. And I think that's
Yeah.
what so many women, you have to let that baggage go. That's the way I look at it. Leave that bag. I
Yes.
tell my players that all the time. Leave that baggage at the door. When you come in here and it's time for practice, whatever happened in class before you got here, leave it at the door. Don't bring it in my gym. When you go outside, you can pick it up and do
Come on.
whatever you choose to. But when we come in here, it's all positive stuff going on in here.
And that's so real. One of the things I try to do is live a positive life. Like, I'm not on cloud 9. I recognize that everybody's not good, but I also know that in this world of over 7 billion people, there's some pretty amazing people out there.
My grandmother used to tell me there's good in everybody,
That's right.
and I truly believe it.
We can
They
learn
might not
something
always
from
be good, but there's good in everybody.
everybody.
That's right.
Whether it's what to do, what not to do, or lessons, or blessings, or everything. And you know what? The bitterness, the bitterness of people today is overwhelming. The judgment of people today is overwhelming. My girlfriends today, I need sisters who are about it,
Right.
not just in speech, but in action.
Actions.
If I'm always buying you lunch, the reciprocity has to show up somewhere else
Right.
somehow. That means that whatever I'm getting back, I want to receive some of that on the other side, however you choose to provide it. And
See,
we
that's
get
exactly why I
lost in
named my
that.
company Paying It Forward. You got to pay it forward.
I love that. I
You have
love
to pay
it.
it forward.
I love it. 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 And you're a 501(c), right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, we're going to be doing some business in the future, but I want everybody to know that I am going to be honoring Tonya. And on June 25th, save the date. It's a red carpet affair. You got to get dressed to the nines to attend.
Okay.
It is
Thank
an
you.
event that is going to showcase what Trenton really looks like. It's an event that's going to raise funds to go to some nonprofit that talks to kids about planning for a career. That's
Awesome.
one of the areas where I think we're lacking and we need to pull up on.
Correct.
And while we're at it, I want to thank the teachers tonight. So often teachers get a bad rap because a lot of parents mistakenly want teachers to raise their kids. That's not their job.
Absolutely not.
The job of raising your kids begins at home. And so self-care is about you taking care of you and you taking care of what's important to you. And I can't imagine, aside from you, what's more important than your children.
Correct.
Take care of them. You
Correct.
know, do what you need to do.
It's a partnership.
It's a partnership between the
Partnership.
teacher and the parent,
Absolutely.
for the kids to learn. The teachers only have what walks through the door. That's all they have to work with. So if you've kept your child up or not, if you're fighting, cursing, ranting, and raving, selling dope out the back door, not doing homework, not showing up for teachers' conferences,
You're the problem. You're the
yeah,
problem.
you're the
and
problem.
and, and it's unfortunate because Trenton has a great population of children who can be whatever it is
Absolutely.
they want to be. And I'm glad that you talked about honoring me, and I appreciate it, and trying to find that nonprofit who's going to speak about careers. And I'm not sure about Trenton Central High School curriculum just yet, but I know well, not just yet, but I'm not familiar with their curriculum, but I know my daughter goes to Burlington County Institute of Technology, and she actually is in the cosmetology program. So when she graduates in 2023, she'll leave there with her cosmetology certificate. She'll
And
be a
that's
licensed cosmetologist.
and she
Yep,
has options.
she has
She has
options.
options.
Yep,
We have to give our kids more options. We have to take better care of ourselves so that we can take care of that which belongs to us and that which we love. And so tonight, I want to shout out every parent who is working hard to try to get it done. There are many, many parents in Trenton who are doing the thing. Thank you. And thank you to the teachers. And so self care is not selfish, it's sanity. What are some of the
hmm.
things you do to take care of yourself?
Me myself personally,
Yes.
I meditate.
Hmm.
Another thing I do constantly, because I'm out and I'm around a lot of people daily. Sometimes when I come home, I do self reflection. I
Okay.
sit down and I reflect on my day and say, hey, did I do this right? Did I do that right? Maybe
Hmm.
I shouldn't have said it to that kid this way. Maybe I shouldn't have said it to that adult that way. So I always try to self evaluate myself first and foremost.
That's a
Um,
big part of self care,
oh,
self
absolutely.
reflection.
Self reflection. I have to do it. And then I'll go to that person, that my coworker or whatever, and be like, hey, did I offend you? And I think a lot of us don't own what we do or
Right.
what we say.
Yeah.
I
Or
want
how
to
we
own,
treat
or
others.
how we treat others. I want to
Yeah.
own everything I say. And I'm
Yes.
big on apologizing. If I did something that offend you, I will be the first to say, hey, I was out of pocket. I shouldn't have said it. I apologize. Owning it. And that's what I try to teach my daughter. If you do, nobody's perfect. Own it.
Nobody.
Live with
Nobody's
it.
perfect.
So that's what my days consist of: self-evaluation and how I can get better and how I can make the next person better. Because I'm
Yeah.
not going to always be here. You're not going to always be here. It's like
That's
passing
right.
that torch. You got to pass that torch.
And so, hey, I want to thank you for being here with us tonight. We are wrapping up our segment. I wanted to get you on because I want people to see somebody from the city of Trenton who did some great things and came back home and is continuing to do some great things. I wanted them to see you talk about self-care, meditating, reflecting on yourself. Self-care is all about us.
Correct.
It's not about what the other person did, it's what we're doing and how we take
Correct.
care of ourselves. Some of my self-care looks like, massages. It looks like quiet time. It looks like self-reflection. It looks like, me, praying and believing and for the record, I believe in God. What doesn't apply, let it fly.
Amen. Amen.
You know,
Amen.
whoever you believe in, I respect that. I appreciate your belief, but I choose God every single day. And I
Amen.
wake up and ask Him to just fill me with Him so that I can go forth and do what I need to do, in my life. I love you, Tanya. You're doing a great job. I'm really proud of you. And yes, I know you're at Trenton Housing Authority.
Oh,
I know what you're doing.
wow.
I see you talking to those kids, and I appreciate that. And
And,
self
and
care,
and that's a part of my self-care, being able to look at those young kids and being able for them to say, thank you, Miss Tanya, thank you for the t-shirt, thank you for the sneakers, thank you for just even sitting here listening to me, and not just the children, even the parents. So I thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on your show. I am a woman of my word. I was supposed to be on 2 weeks ago, and I told you I needed to take care of some things, and I did that.
yep.
And I felt obligated to say, and that's what I try to tell my daughter: when you commit to something, you have to stay to that commitment. So
I want to
thank
get
you.
you back on, with several other women, and I just want to have a girlfriends chat where we talk about the things that matter to us, and we send a message out about what we're doing, to be a part of what's positive and get it done. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for doing the work you do. Thank you for being a woman who means business.
Thank you. Go
And
City of Trenton. Go City of
yes,
Trenton.
come on, Trenton, get it done.
Stand
You know
up
what I
and get
mean?
it done.
Stand up and get it done. Start looking out for each other. And the other thing I want you to look out for my book. It's on
Okay.
its way. It's
Okay.
being edited as we chat. And I've got something to tell you. It's full of inspiration. That's the first book. The second book, and there's a series of books, is about when the relationship ends
Oh wow.
and what we do to bounce back.
Absolutely.
That's book number 2. The
Absolutely.
first book is about inspiration because we have to inspire ourselves every single day. And
That's
so
right.
we're wrapping up. Thank you, Tanya, for being here with us. I am Annette Latigue. I am your coach here at Coaching You For You. See us on Facebook. See us on YouTube. This is one of those times where we want you to put all of our business in the street. Tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
But
truth.
the truth.
Tanya, what do you want to leave them with?
Everybody be safe.
Are you there? I think I've lost Tanya. Are you there?
I'm here.
What do you want to leave our audience with tonight?
I just want to say, um, stay prayed up. Take care of
Yeah.
yourself. Love each other while we can, and help someone who's not able to help themselves, as I try to do on a daily basis.
Amen.
Thank you, Miss Latique, for allowing me to come on your show. I hope I did you well, made you proud. I was a little nervous, but I think I got through it.
You've done a good job. And
Thank you.
and like I said, I want to have you back in the girlfriends chat. And so, Facebook, thank you for joining us. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the hope. Trenton, go on and do what you're doing. Every urban city, everywhere, lift yourself up. Push the positive. Keep that negative business off Facebook. Stop giving attention, time, and media by reporting all the bad stuff. Start talking about some of the good stuff. And with that, begin with self care. Self care is not selfish, it's sanity. Tanya, I love you. Thank you for joining us. I am your coach, Annette, at Coaching You For You. I'll see you again next week. We're going to be talking about some things. Our conversation next week is going to be about relationships and when they end. I'm preparing you for the second book.
Awesome.
Have a good night and
Great
thank
stuff.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.